Operation First Five, celebrating the Week of the Young Child. Victoria is here, Chandra is here. Sheldon, we love to talk about reading a lot with Chandra in Storybridge. But Victoria, you're saying this is one of 5 very important things to read to your children and to really get them engaged very, very young. Is that right?
Yeah. So one of the basics, read and discuss stories. So not just read, but also discuss. And so that is one of the core foundational brain pathways that we can build birth to 5, because all those neurological connections, 80% of the brain built by the age of 3, 90% by the age of 5. The brain is growing like no other time in the human lifespan, and it's really amazing what the infant, toddler, early childhood brain is learning and doing. And reading and discussing stories is one of the strongest ways that we can help build that strong foundation for skills that children are going to need as adults and later in life.
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
That's so important. Chandra, what are some ways, because sometimes when I'm reading to littles, I'm like, wait, no, come here, wait. What are some good things to help us with that?
So I kind of think of birth to 5 in 3 age stages, also infants, and really the key with reading to infants is to make this a sensory experience for them. So we want them to associate books with being comfortable. So cuddle that baby while you're reading to the infants. And so they are in their brain connecting, okay, this person I love is holding me, I love this blanket, I'm warm and cozy, and now I have a book, and they're connecting all the good feelings to books. So we want that. A lot of singing for infants. So I brought one of our examples that we send in Dolly Parton's Imagination Library to infants is just a book with Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. So they're connecting the images to the song, to the blanket, to their person that loves them, and this sets them up to be a reader for sure from the beginning. Now toddlers, we need to keep them real active, so I always suggest being very interactive in your reading to them. This is a good example. Also with Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, there's a monster in your book, so you get to these pages where it says, oh, what a naughty little monster, give the book a good wiggle. And then you wiggle the book to, shake the monster off the page, and he's still hanging on. So they are experiencing books from an active standpoint. They are pressing those buttons that make noise. They're lifting the flaps. They're feeling the shimmery, plasticky things. All of those interactive books are really valuable for toddlers. And then when they grow, you want to keep on discussing the story with them. So you get to these stories like The Rabbit Listen that teaches empathy, and it teaches listening to your friends and coping with hard feelings. So you're asking them questions like, oh, what should we do when somebody's upset? And you're talking through beginning, middle, end, problem, solution, all the characters, and with that foundation, they are ready to just enter a whole world of reading when they get to school.
Well, and let's talk more about that. Like I said, these various stages, and like you said, you talked about like the tactile books. I know with like my nieces and nephews, I mean, the books where there's Velcro to peel, or there's like said something that makes a noise is just, those are always popular. I mean, talk about how, like I said, of course we love the reading and engaging with them in that way, but how those little tactile things, how that can help in the development as well with like motor skills and things like that.
Yeah. Well, and you said it right there, okay? So reading a book, yes, we're building language, we're building social emotional development, which is, that feel-good stuff, and I connect reading to positive feelings, but also you're building fine motor, those motors that you need to write your name, So when you think about all these little things and when they're touching and feeling, that's early writing skills. So you're not just developing one part of something that's important later in life, you're developing all these places of development, language, motor, and movement, all these different things, gross motor, fine motor, big muscles, small muscles when you're doing all these things, So it's all happening. That's the cool thing about development, is it's not just one thing. You could do something and it's building all these important areas of development.
How can we get info, Storybridge, Operation First Five, if parents, grandparents, neighbors, everybody sees this? We want them to be in and get more info if they need it.
Well, I'll just promote again with y'all. Dolly Parton's Imagination Library is available for anybody with a Potter, Randall, or Armstrong County address for any child under 5 years old. So you can go to storybridgeama.org to sign up for that. It will send you a free book for that baby, toddler, preschooler every month until they turn 5.
So good.
And then the basics.
Yeah, and then parents can learn about their baby's brain development through signing up for the Basics Insight. So that's a text message that a family will get, a parent caregiver will get, one on Monday, one on Wednesday, so 2 a week. Monday is a brain fact, Wednesday is a try this, something very practical to this one and other basics that a parent and caregiver could do. And they can sign up for that from the QR code or go to the basicsamarillo.org.
So good.
Great.
Yeah.
So glad you came.
Yeah,
Thanks so
thank you.
much.
Thanks so much for having us.
Operation First 5 Amarillo invites you to join us in celebrating the Week of the Young Child, April 5th through the 11th. Scan the QR code for more information. 80% of a child's brain growth happens by age 3 and 90% by the age of 5, getting stronger as they connect with family and explore the world. If you're a parent or caregiver living in Potter or Randall County, sign up to receive texts about what your child's brain is learning and doing and how you can help boost your child's development. Scan the QR code to sign up.